What is Gucci YouTube? It's your boy Black Gucci, got 3 long face, skinny body. And we back still black with some more fire Boruto manga related content. Yes, sir. Ski. Now, before we end the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, smash that like button, share the video with your friends, and let's hop to it because we got a lot to discuss today.
9 mountains and 8 seas make 1 world. 1,000 worlds make 1 chiliocosm. 1 chiliocosm to the power of 3, and there's nothing I can't cut.
I've mentioned upon the release of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex Chapter 14 how taken aback I was by Ino's decision to not only not help Shikamaru, but just to cut him off, all outright and simple, just leave him hanging high and dry. Now, she didn't snitch. At the very least, she did not snitch on Shikamaru for what has occurred, because she already admitted that everything that they've done up until that point is completely treasonous, and Shikamaru needs to get a grip, pal, or, he's skating on thin ice, you feel me? So, she didn't snitch. But the decision to not help him was very notable. And another notable thing, obviously, was the decision for who actually ended up helping Shikamaru. My guy, Mitsuki. Sage Mode Mitsuki. Now, Mitsuki, first of all, Mangekyo gang, we're getting a little packed. I probably got room. I'm talking about from now to the end of the series. I probably got room for 2 more members, right? Right now, we're a little packed, Sasuke, Boruto, Sarada, Himawari, Inojin, Kashin, Koji. You feel me? We got some members on us. I'd say about 2 more, and then we got a full squad, and we're ready to set sail for the grand line. But right now, Mitsuki and 2 Blue Vortex has just been superb. He's just been tremendous. Now, those of y'all who've been following Black Uchiha throughout the anime and my anime reviews back when Naruto Next Generations was airing, there's been lots of videos and lots of instances where I've taken the time to sit back and just appreciate Mitsuki's character, appreciate his development. Now, a slight gripe you can say is some of the development his character received in TBV, anime Mitsuki already got that, but TBV takes it to another level in a more so indicated or independent way. Saying that to say, because in a world where all odds are against Boruto and all eyes are on him, somehow, in some way, Mitsuki finds his way to not only support Boruto, but to believe in him. So if that ain't loyalty, I don't know what is, right? But TBV Mitsuki development has been insane. Now we go into chapter 14. Enough words being said. You feel me? Just read the eyes and understand how we finna move. It's a little bit ambiguous as Mitsuki's and Boruto's fight. Has it been disclosed fully to the Hokage? Does Shikamaru know exactly how it went down? Mitsuki probably went over and told him, because at the end of the day, Boruto told not only Mitsuki, but Ino and Shikamaru was hearing it too. The conversation with Mitsuki and Boruto before it got cut off, Naruto is alive and well, despite Boruto repeating that again in the interrogation room. There's certain things that occurred that could have given Shikamaru, an incentive prior to him fighting, trying to remember the conversation with him and Boruto. It could have given him an incentive, maybe throughout the time where T10 is fighting Jura, or Kawaki is getting whooped by Jura, Boruto is getting laid out. Somewhere in those lines, Mitsuki is coming across Shikamaru. Shikamaru is divulging information to Mitsuki of whatever occurred between his meeting with Boruto and how Mitsuki's current standing is. However, when they saw each other, it wasn't much words needed to be said, literally 4 numbers, and Mitsuki just took that and automatically knew what to do with it. Now, the interesting thing here is Shikamaru was on the hot seat, Mitsuki not so much, but like I said, if that ain't loyalty, then what is? So Shikamaru is very much so on the hot seat. Starting off, it's been beating into his head by Sarada the last 3 years. Boruto's innocent, give Boruto a chance, Boruto this, Boruto that, right? And Shikamaru is like, honestly, girl, I need a break, chill out. He goes on and he hears Amado's words and statements and analysis based off of the current situation. Shikamaru has no choice but to acknowledge that based off of the past history of Amado. Now, after hearing all of this information, he finally decides to speak with Boruto, reaching out to Boruto, coming to understand the truth, and deciding, despite not being able to remember the truth in the near future, he will decide to trust in Boruto Uzumaki and decide to not let him die in a place such as this, because there's a lot of work to be done on top of that. You know what I'm saying? That's your best friend's firstborn son. Let's not cap, right? So Shikamaru decided, and he actually has a lot on his plate. Now, Prior to his meeting with Boruto, which ultimately gave him the nudge to even go for the meeting, he was first initially instructed by the elders to not only officially become the 8th Hokage, but to not be shaky on his kill on sight order with Boruto. That man has to go, and you can't fold just because it's word around the village he saved the village against cold. All eyes started going on Shikamaru. He's telling Ino, oh, let me contact Boruto, keep it just between us. Ino, for some reason, just decided to feel the need to remind Shikamaru the law. Okay, this is that and that is this. I will do it just because the fact that you're Shikamaru, bro. Asuma son, RIP, right? But let's not play too far and tread too deep into these waters. It's really shark infested. That's basically what Ino told Shikamaru, and we just overlooked it because she was never down for the start. And I'm sorry, I got to get back on the Ino state, but she was never down from the start, man. You know what? It hit me. It hit me right here, heart deep, man. It hit me. But listen, Ino's gonna come around. She's gonna come around. But anyways, so in the midst of him rendezvousing, getting all of this intel from Boruto, Kawaki starts to suspect things, right? Initially, he was right. We already know Kashin Koji's involvement. We already know Boruto's development of flying Raijin. However, in Kawaki's case, Boruto is ending up in one part of the village and suddenly showing up in another part that's conveniently always away from Kawaki and always at the right moment whenever Kawaki is confronting Boruto. So now Kawaki starts to think he has to have intel from somebody, right? Aside from just the flying Raijin that was unbeknownst to Kawaki at the time, even with the space-time ninjutsu, the timing of Boruto's departure and arrival in certain situations led Kawaki to believe he's avoiding me. And we know as a reader that was true. He was avoiding Kawaki throughout the start of the story. So we understand moving forward, it's already been laid for the groundwork. Somebody is helping Boruto. Now, all of a sudden, Shikamaru not only said, don't kill Boruto, but just keep an eye on him. But not only that, don't engage in any type of combat with Boruto, even though you have Kawaki and Delta flying to the scene. Now, understanding at that time, we understood, okay, this Boruto is OP as fuck. But at the time, like I said again, Kawaki still has not understood the type of training and intensity that Boruto has went through to get to the point where he is at currently. So at that point, a flank would seem like the best option until even more backup arrives at the situation. Yet Shikamaru denies that opportunity. And then we finally get the climax for the bread and butter. We get past the Shinju invasion. Everything has died down. Boruto has fallen into interrogation. And Shikamaru, taking everything into account that he has just learned, that he has just experienced, he decides to go for one more push to Ino, right? Despite being told what he was already told by her earlier. This is how I'm going to help you. Let's not push it too far and make this an everyday thing. He reaches out to Ino, and Ino breaks the ice. Yeah, my son is right here laying down. I don't even know if he's gonna wake up, and you're chatting about you're just chatting, like, really? Boop, boop, boop. And she hangs up on the man. And that's when my guy Mitsuki finally comes in to save the day. Now, the heat has been stirring in Shikamaru's case, as everything we have just went over and understood. The heat definitely has been stirring. And then finally, to put the cherry on top, the elders say this blunder of Shikamaru allowing Boruto to escape, i.e. allowing Mitsuki to enter the room when everybody's perspective is Mitsuki will be so infuriated at the sight of Boruto, he won't be able to keep himself in check, which could put the interrogation at risk. The interrogation was put at risk. Boruto escaped. And because of that, Shikamaru was disclosed that the feudal lords will be completely unhappy. Not only will they be unhappy, there's going to be consequences. Now, consequences can just be simple as Shikamaru stepping down, or it can further into that notion where it's like, no, we're going to have to start investigating why all of a sudden you were so keen on this Boruto guy, and when we all know the truth, right? And then that's when Mitsuki comes in. Mitsuki hasn't been put on a hot plate, right? Mitsuki has 2 instances, but they've been played off so well to the point where everybody still takes Mitsuki as the guy that's going to snap on Boruto on side. He KO'd Kawaki just to get his own personal confirmation with Boruto himself. Not only that, now he goes into the interrogation room and ultimately frees Boruto and then discloses the whereabouts of Boruto's sword and cloak in the midst of everything going down. So Mitsuki instances are definitely more subtle. Figures like Ada can be someone to, pinpoint, and she already told Kawaki it was Mitsuki, he knocked you out, where he went before he ended up fighting Boruto, right? But now in this situation, someone like Konohamaru, his first thought, did Mitsuki? And then he just says no. right? And he automatically accepts it because only him, Shikamaru, and Ibiki knows the code. So there's no way. And then Ibiki says something interesting that will ultimately lead us to the Shikamaru end, right? Because now Ibiki says these daggum cuffs, these useless cuffs, however he wants to insult the cuffs that Amato made, but he basically insinuates the purpose they were meant to be used for. Ultimately, it did not come into fruition. They failed their ultimate purpose. It had impact placed against the cuffs, quote unquote impact. They don't know that Mitsuki's snake unlocked the cuffs, and it ultimately broke. Now, Amato will be able to, if they decide to go this far into this little subplot, disclose like, bro, there's nothing wrong with these cuffs. In fact, I even have a system built in that lets me know the passcode was literally typed in 15 minutes ago. So they're going to look and say, well, Konohamaru didn't touch Boruto. Ibiki didn't touch Boruto. Mitsuki did. But Mitsuki doesn't know the code. Only me and Konohamaru, in Ibiki's case, but Shikamaru was the one responsible. So everything is going to fall into place. Everything is going to be, put into the bright light. But what's more so interesting is the fact that I don't think Mitsuki is going to be thrown under hot water as more so as going to be Shikamaru. Mitsuki is going to get put in a position where you were just following orders and something like that happened. They're going to paint it in a way, I don't know, maybe if Omnipotence can be this OP, where they will somehow find a way to put the fault onto Shikamaru and excuse Mitsuki because of his blinded, or quote unquote their perception of his blinded loyalty to not just the Hidden Leaf, but to Kawaki in that fact. But Shikamaru being placed on the hot seat, too many eyes are on him in terms of Ino, in terms of Kawaki, and in terms of the elders. Now they have to disclose all of this information to the feudal lords and let them know everything that is going down. And then ultimately a decision is going to have to be made. Is the leadership that Shikamaru is providing us currently the best course of action we can take with the current events going down? We as a reader know, yes, that's the best course of action, but they're going to do some tomfoolhardery decision making and possibly make Shikamaru step down as Hokage and interrogate him, or take away his ranking and not allow him to go on any missions and force Shikamaru to operate off of the books. I feel like they're going to make him a glorified prisoner in a sense, and Mitsuki's loyalty comes into play because not only did he know what to do with no words being said to him and just being passed a paper with a code of 4 numbers on it, Mitsuki understood the assignment and got the job done. So now he's going to look and understand, okay, in a world where all odds are against me, somehow I found my way back to Boruto. I don't know why, but I'm not going to let him die. And for that fact, I cannot let Shikamaru be caught in a place like this and or die. Mitsuki has not hesitated to leave the village before, right? So once Shikamaru was officially caught, either forced to step down or put on a red seat and say, why are all of these situations showing you defending Boruto in a very peculiar way that ultimately led to Boruto's escape, or, progressed him in some way, shape, or form. And Mitsuki is just gonna be like, bro, sage mode, we're out. Let's get out of here and dip. And we already know Sarada has been the outcast of the village for the last 3 years. It ain't gonna be a thing for her to just go ahead and follow along and make sure everything is sweet, nifty, and dandy. But I think this could be a curveball. Mitsuki and Shikamaru can be one of the first ones to leave the village in aid and support for Boruto, as opposed to figures like Sarada, Sumire, or even Himawari, which is amongst the more popular beliefs. I think it can be something real feasible cooking up along these lines in this little subplot. So I'm going to keep my eye out for these two. And I'm going to keep my eye out for how Mitsuki will be moving, amongst the treaded lines, right? Walking carefully, because Shikamaru is definitely there. I would find it actually hard to believe if there isn't at least one or two people who may be suspicious of Shikamaru's recent actions, ever since Boruto and Code had officially entered the village. But it's your boy Black Uchiha. Let me know what y'all think about both Shikamaru and Mitsuki and their potential in terms of alignment with the Hidden Leaf village and with my guy Boruto. Let me know how y'all feel. Holla at your boy. I'm gonna holla at y'all. Black Uchiha out. Yes, sir. Ski!